Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I'm a guy named Jerry. There's a guy named Edward. And additionally, we have David with us. He's still hanging around. And it's awesome. All right? All right, so...
He's still rejecting my fist bumps, you know.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see... Are we doing fist bumps again? I didn't even see it.
Don't matter.
All right, next time I'll be looking for it, okay? Oh, you rejected mine. What's up with that? All right, let's go. So now's the time when we lend an ear to our fellow supporters. Because we're nice like that. Also because they have thoughts that we don't have. So, yeah. Here are the fans' thoughts. Charlie 2 Freeman asks, what's the best player Everton have at the moment? All right. David, you want to lead us off on that?
On form, I think Vlasic. I think he's probably been my best player for the last 3 or 4 games. Overall, I still think Barkley. I think there'll be some hate to that answer, but I think Barkley's our best player. If we can get him back, get him on side again, get him fit, he can get the team that next level. So at the moment, form Vlasic. Overall, I still think I'm Ross Barkley.
Yeah.
Edward, what do you think?
If we take out like injuries out of the question, I would probably say someone like I don't know, Barkley. Yeah, Barkley, Coleman, those kind of players. It's clear we are missing those kind of players because they fit in well with the team. They get us goals and assists and clean sheets and all of that. At the current minute, though, I would say Pickford. Pickford has rescued us so many times in games. I mean, the Bournemouth game, he basically changed the game for us with that save against Toffee. If we conceded that, we would have lost easily. But he's saved us, pun intended, so many times this season. He's got to be one of our best players, if not the best at the minute.
I'm a big fan of the pun.
Yes.
I was waiting for you to go. I was waiting for you to be like, "I'll get my code." You know, I just.
No way. That was nice and succulent.
It was. A well-constructed pun is I think a beauty, frankly.
No matter.
So I'll be quick with my answer. I'm just going to say Michael Caine.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's the most valuable in terms of like if we sold him for money, you know, kind of thing. But
why would we want to do that?
but I will say that he's consistent performer. He's an international, and when he played, and so and he's actually getting to play as opposed to some of the other guys who play for their international squads. They just sit the bench the whole time. I'm going to say Caine. I think it's cool that we've given a lot of different answers, though. That's actually a little reassuring.
Yeah.
You know? All right. Next question. It's not a question. This is not even a question. But
it's a statement.
Maybe we should... It is. It's more encouragement. David Graham on Instagram says, give it time, boys. Players need to gel. We are very quick to hop on the bandwagon when things aren't going our way. Give him a chance. He's the man for the job. I see 2 guys covering their mouths and rubbing their chins in response to that. What? True or not, gentlemen?
See, here's my thing. As I've said it earlier, we've played 15 games now, competitive games this season. That's nearly... You know, if you do that over a Premier League season, that's nearly half the season gone. All right, so there's been a lot of Europa League games, which is why they become quite thick and fast. But it's not the I mean, it's not the results for me. It's the performances. No, we've lost games before, but we've got no fights. We seem to be very low on ideas, and the performances have been some of the worst I've seen over the last 10 years, easy, even with the Martinez era. So I think they're the reasons people are jumping on the bandwagon, as it was put, because people don't like what they're seeing, and it's not just the results, it's the performances as well.
Edward?
I mean, I personally did. I mean, we'll go back a couple of videos, and I did say I'd like to give him until the end of November, because that's when most of the squad are back, and it gives him a bit of more time to look at these fixtures. But I'm loving the optimism. I'm loving the hope and the optimism. I think it's a brilliant thing to have in something like football. So fair play to you. What is his name? Graham?
David Graham.
David Graham. Fair play to you, David Graham. You've got the hope and optimism, which I wish a lot of Evertonians have. But we've given him a lot of time already. Like Davis said, we've had 15 games with this squad. So, and the countless amounts of training sessions they've had together. If something's not gelling right, maybe it's not the parts, it's the glue, in a sense. Like, what the manager is using is clearly not sticking together, so he either needs to change it, or we need to bring someone else in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a really good analogy. I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be patient a little while longer. I'm not completely on the Koeman out train yet, but I literally have 1 foot off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so ready to jump. I'm so close. But I don't know. I usually tend to be a little more patient. Like, I think I was one of the last ones who was ready to say Martinez go ahead and leave. But I do think he probably should have been fired before the Man United Cup final. You know, I think that would have been a great time. Go ahead, let Unsworth take it and see what happens. So I think we may have won had we done that. So I'm gonna be patient for a little while longer, but these guys are right. We've been doing it for a while. So John Paul Tully on Facebook asks, why, when we have a fantastic youth setup, are we not utilizing it properly and using players even until January? I'm assuming he's basically saying it takes us a while to integrate those younger players in. Sometimes it's kind of a last resort, like, okay, let's just throw them in there later in the season. I guess that's what he means.
Yeah.
I mean, my short answer to this is that I don't think Koeman trusts youth. You know, you have to really prove it to him. It took him, think about it, how long did it take him to actually start playing Davies last season? He didn't really start playing until mid-season.
It wasn't until the City game, was it really?
Yeah, it took him a while. And I feel like most people kind of thought that he was good. He was ready. Koeman seems like he really values veterans, but that's the thing. It's almost a little, almost an overemphasis on veterans. I think Kenny probably should have gotten a lot more playing time by now. I got no excuses for that. I think it's just his personal, the way he thinks. You know, it's a personal philosophy, and I think it's actually hurting. Because this guy was right. Our youth setup is amazeballs. It's ridiculous. David, what do you got?
I don't just think it's Everton, to be fair. Like, I'd love to jump on it now and give Koeman a bit more stick, but I think just the Premier League in general, there's so much pressures on the teams and the management that I just don't think they have enough faith in youth to come in and do a job. But it is a detriment to their own success at times, because as you both said, you know, Davis come in late last year, but he was fantastic when he did come in. Calvert-Lewin's now a starter for Everton as well. He only kind of made his breakthrough last year. So I think, in short, the answer is pressure. I think there's so much pressure in the Premier League that if you bring someone in and he makes a mistake or whatever, then it could be their job on the line. So I think that's the main issue with Everton as well. Although we do seem to give a little chance to our youth, then others do.
Right. Edward?
Just echoing both points, and I think the lack of experience that people credit them, that they don't have. It's the lack of experience, and you need it, really. I mean, the jump from under 23s to the Premier League itself is so big, and you see a lot of. I mean, I read somewhere that most academies, I think maybe like 10% of those players in that current squad would make it and stay in the first team. So there's also and you look at the transfer business that Caine did. Davies isn't getting much playing time, and he actually started quite a lot last season. But I think it's the whole thing with the transfer window. That's what's really affecting it, and I think Calvert-Lewin has got lucky because the amount of playing time he's had, he wouldn't have had if we actually got a striker.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah, I'm not the guy who says, let's bring all the U23s, because I don't think many of them are ready. I think Kenny was ready this season, though. I think Dowell possibly could have been ready. And I'd be playing Lookman more.
Yeah.
That's about it. I don't know. And I think next season, Baningimi may get a legit look in, but because of the depth of his position, I don't know about that. All right, so the man with 3 first names is back, Matthew Douglas Elliott. And he's actually not only asking a question for himself, but one for his brother. So, his brother asks, due to recent performances and off-field issues, I guess Lookman and Morales, do you think Koeman has lost the dressing room?
Possibly.
I think it's a big maybe as well.
Yeah.
A definite maybe.
I mean, you look at a lot of the squad that he's already basically sort of pushed away. Barkley for one, Niasse, all credit to him, he stuck by it, but Morales, Barkley, Niasse, Lookman possibly. Yeah, he could have lost a lot of the dressing room, because then sort of maybe the players are thinking, hang on a minute, why are you getting rid of him? He's a good player. Like, you're making no sense. Why should we be following you? Or something like that. I don't know personally, but yeah, it could be a big possibility that he's lost him, and that's why the performance so bad.
David?
Yeah, in short, yes, I think he has. I think his management style is, real iron fist and, very straight. He's not your kind of manager who'll give you the hug, put his arm around your shoulder. I think that's great when you're playing well and you're winning games, but when it turns sour like it has now, it just pushes players further away. And I think I've already said on one of my reports, I think he's gone beyond the point of return. And yeah, I think he's lost them now. It's just a waiting game for everybody until the inevitable happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're seeing signs, definite signs. I also think, though, a really positive result could turn it around and start making some believers of some people.
See, I think the Arsenal game could be a big turning point. If we win that Arsenal game, then I think a lot of people will start thinking, hang on, Koeman might be okay. But I think if we lose Arsenal, Lyon, which seems more and more likely, maybe even Leicester, then that is going to be the time when everyone's saying, right, get lost.
It's a very big week. If he loses to Lyon and Arsenal, the season could... I mean, I'm not going to go too extreme. The season's not over, but they're virtually out of the Europa League, and we're not going to do anything in the league. So it's a big... It is a big... He really needs 2 wins this week.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, now, it's not his brother's question, but this is his question. What was it? Matthew Douglas Elliott, yes. He asks, are we now in a relegation battle?
Oh, not for me.
Early to say, but possibly. Come January, if we're in the same situation, then yes, we will be, but not at the minute. Bit early to say. It's a bit early to say for a lot. I mean, Palace, they could possibly get out of the relegation zone, because they just got to win. I'm sure we've got them pretty soon as well. So that's probably going to be 3 points we're not going to be getting. I'm going to that one as well.
See, I agree with you guys. I think it's a really long season. Premier League season is ridiculous. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I think it's way too early to be saying, relegation battle is on the cards right now. But I also know just because we're one of the bigger teams in the Premier League, it doesn't mean we don't need to be looking down and looking up, and being aware of that. I feel like a lot of big teams, they get cocky and they think, you know what? Oh, it couldn't happen to us. That's why I keep catching myself. I'm like, remember, you suck right now, guys. You may still suck in a little while. So, yeah, I agree with you guys. Not yet. Not yet. Famous EFC on Instagram asks, what's our realistic target for this year? I'm still going to say 6th. What about you guys?
Not getting relegated.
I don't know. Nobody knows what Everton we've got on our hands at the moment. I think sadly I wouldn't have took it at the start of the year, but maybe if we finish top 8 from where we are now, we've probably salvaged the season a little bit. So maybe top 8.
Yeah.
Hmm? You say top 8 as well, Edward?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Maybe a
saying
cup. Semi-final, something like that, maybe.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Just some success. I don't know. I don't want to completely drop the feeling that I had at the beginning of the season. I think the teams between us and 6th right now are the type of teams that are not necessarily always reliable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They could go through a bad patch. I think they usually do. So those teams have not proven to be consistent. So I do think I'm not keeping my eye off 6th or 7th right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still looking at that. But realistically, 8th is a really good shout. It really is.
Yeah.
Next, this is a good question. CJ William 2 on Instagram asks, if we move to Bramley Moor, do you think we'll play poorly in our first season like West Ham did?
Depends how the whole thing with depends how the stadium's built. If it's built corporately, then we probably will do bad. But if it's built like an actual football stadium meant for football, then we'll probably just either do the same or better.
Everything that I've heard about what this stadium is supposed to be points to really steep stands, really close to the pitch, and I've got belief in Dan Mice and everything. I think we're going to play great as soon as we get there. West Ham's pitch is so far from the stands and from the seats because they had to allow for the track, that there's no atmosphere there. That makes sense. I think this design is going to be. I haven't seen it because I'm just some dude, but yeah, I think we're gonna play great there. Just saying. I got belief.
You've just jinxed it now.
Nice.
Well done.
Hold on. Here's some wood. There we go. All right, David, what do you got?
Yeah, same. I think West Ham went from Upton Park, which is the boiling ground. Sorry, that was similar to good. There's some very close to the pitch. Steep stands. Then to where they are now, the London Stadium, which is a complete opposite. So I think it's hard to compare ourselves to that. If indeed we are going to have the steep stands, I'd like to think we can just adjust and go straight in there and start doing well. It's not easy, of course, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be all right.
All right. Moving on to what is going to be our final question. At EJF_01 on Instagram asks, how many players from the current squad would you get rid of or sell?
Ooh, right, good question.
That's juicy.
Well, let's get my program. I'll go through. Tell you what, actually, I know what I'll do. I'll go through the list of players on the back of this. You guys say keep or sell.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
It's got to be rapid fire.
All right.
Ready?
Okay. Ready. Pickford.
Keep.
Schneiderlin.
Keep. Oh.
I thought about it.
Baines.
Keep.
Caine.
Keep.
Williams.
Sell for me.
Sell.
I'll have to say sell too.
Jagielka.
Keep.
Balassi.
Keep because of the locker room, by the way.
Yeah.
For Jags.
Yeah.
Last season, I would have said sell.
No, I wouldn't.
All right.
I wouldn't have. But anyway,
I would have.
Balassi.
Keep.
Keep.
Yeah. Barkley.
Keep.
Keep.
Yeah. Sandro.
Yeah, I'd still keep.
Give him a little bit of leeway. Rooney.
Keep.
Keep.
Yeah. Morales.
Sell.
I'm gonna say sell.
Possibly sell, but I do still rate him. Lennon. Sell.
Sell.
Martina.
Sell.
Yeah, sell.
McCarthy.
Sell.
I'd still keep him. I'd still keep him.
He's not fit, is he?
Don't know.
He's supposedly fit and going to be playing with U23 soon.
Okay.
But he's not completely match fit, I guess is the difference, right?
As soon as he plays for Ireland. Idris Gueye.
Keep.
Yeah. Sigurdsson.
Keep.
Keep.
Niasi.
Oh.
Keep. I'd say keep for now.
Give
Give him
him
till the summer.
1 year.
Yeah, me too. Agreed. Keep for 1 year.
Klaassen.
Keep.
I'm going to keep it still.
Besic.
I think keep still.
He's sell for me. I think he's another one. He's just
Yeah.
not. He's a good player, but he's a bit limited and he's never fit again. But I do like him.
Stecklenburg.
Sell.
Sell.
Coleman.
Keep.
Keep.
Funes Mori.
Keep for now.
Yeah.
I want to.
Give him.
I want to wait a little
Give
bit.
him till the end of the season.
Let's see how he comes back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Davies.
Keep.
Yeah. Vlasic.
Keep.
Yeah. Calvert-Lewin.
Keep.
Holgate.
Keep.
Lookman.
Keep.
Robles.
I'd still keep him as our number 2.
I'd keep him as number 2 as well.
I would keep him if he was happy being a number 2, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, he's got ambition for a little bit more, hasn't he? Maybe back to Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say sell just because I think that's one of the reasons why he wasn't given like a legit number, because I think he, behind closed doors, asked if he could leave.
Yeah.
So,
Possibly.
all right. All right, is that it?
One more. Kenny.
Okay. We were rather thorough there, EJF01. Just saying. So, that is it. Thank you so much to all of our contributors today who gave us all kinds of statements and questions. I think you should all band together and form your own little nation of awesomeness. Take my advice, because then it would be really good news. If you're digging the vids, please like them, subscribe to them, and leave comments so we can respond to them and all that stuff. It'd be great. Then we connect and interact and all that hot stuff. Thank you to Edward. Check out his channel, Jam E James. All right, go to the game vlogs, and yes, it's all in this description underneath there. Yeah, and thanks so much to David, whose in whose writings you should indulge on the Toffee Blues website. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. Thanks so much. Bye.
Yeah.